Hey divas and gents, I'm coming to you with a video that of the scarf right here that was made for me by Vicki, who is TryHeart67. Hi Vicki! I am very fortunate to have some amazing crafty friends pretty much in the vicinity where we can all drive to see each other. We have some, LA, Orange County. I'm in Riverside County. So we're all able, in San Diego County, so we're all able to drive and meet with each other, whether it's an hour to 2 hour drive. It's worth it because I love all these girls. They are all amazing. So Vicki had gifted us scarves and at one of our meetups, and this is the one she made me. Okay. And look at how stinking cute the fabric she picked. It's yellow with all these pretty birds. And then she has this really pretty trim. And then she has pearl trim. And then these two trims. Okay, and then she whips it. Oh, and then also too, crushed tulle. So she whip stitched these. We had, I don't know if all of you remember the story, but she came to my birthday meetup with all the girls, and she was wearing a scarf that was like this, of course in different colors, and each one of us were like, what the heck? Is there any reason why we don't have one? And we assumed she made it. And she said no, she had purchased it when she was in Hawaii. And we were like, okay, well that looks like it can be handmade. You need to hurry and make one and do a tutorial so we can all do it. So that's exactly what she did. She figured it out. She's amazing at sewing. I have no skills. I'm glad this was a whip stitch where you do by hand. And she did a tutorial and showing all the ones that she made, which are gorgeous. So I was very happy to finally jump aboard. She also shared some of this fabric with me. Not this, well, yeah, she did send some of this with me too. But she sent me some certain type of fabric that's like this, so that I could make some, because I was buying fabric and I wasn't able to tear it, because you want to be able to cut and then rip off. And I kept buying the kind that you couldn't do that. So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what kind. So she was sweet and sent me a bunch of different colors that she had already pre-ripped. And so I made a lot of those with that. And then I picked trims out of my own stash, and the pearl trim is from Hobby Lobby. I buy those there. They have them in a few different colors. So I'm going to show you what I made. Oh, and also too, she added appliques hanging from the bottom of them. And I've worn this quite a few times. And I love it. And I've gotten compliments every time. So I had a couple compliments, enough to where they wanted to buy them. So, of course, that just makes you a little more ambitious, right? So I did do that. I did sell a couple of these. All right. Here is one of the ones that I did. Okay. Here's the fabric. And then this is some eyelet trim in pink that I used. I used some of this trim. Some of this pretty daisy trim. Okay. And then crushed tulle. I purchased at Joann's, and nobody knows what that means. I'm just going to tell you now, you ask somebody, unless she is a fabric guru, nobody knows what crushed tulle is. So let me tell you, I spent 45 minutes looking for this, and this was where all the discounted fabrics were, in that section. It was not easy to find. I was so irritated. But I was determined. And this right here is pink pearl. And then this is how it looks. I love it. I absolutely love it. And at the ends, I cut them so they all hang at different lengths. Not to be, they don't all lay perfectly, and I love it. It's gorgeous. So let's say, okay, I wear stuff like this. I do love wearing stuff like this. And you say you don't. Well, it's a perfect thing to hang up somewhere because it's extra stinking cute. So, okay, that's one that I made. And then here's another one. I wanted to try different material, different trims that I have in my stash. So I had this right here. Vicki gifted me. This is some of the Hobby Lobby trim. And then use this Hobby Lobby trim, crush tool, and a cream pearl trim. So this is just one side of it. Love it. And I whip stitch it in 4 different areas. That's how Vicki did hers. So that's how I chose to do mine. Okay. Super love it. Okay. And then here's another one with some fabric I had. I wanted to do something a little different, so I have this animal print one. Okay, and I doubled it with this fabric right here. And here's this trim. And of course I have the pearl. This is also Hobby Lobby. And then I have the crush tool. The crush tool isn't all of them. The crush tool is what adds life to it, so it's like you want to make sure you add it. So this is how this one looks. So stinking pretty. I love it. Okay. And then here is the next one. Okay, so this one right here. Here's the fabric, brush tool. I wanted to try some of this trim. I have a lot of from the swamp meat. Then I have some of this really pretty trim. Pearl, and then I even added some of this that already had the pearls in it. I think this was a Hobby Lobby trim too. So it's just a matter of playing with different pretty luxurious strips of trim and just adding it. I love it. Just gorgeous. Okay. Okay. And then I sold 2 of them, so I can't show those. And what it sucks is one of them I only made was black and white. So I can't show you because I don't have another one. I was unable to duplicate some of these because, you know, I only had so many trims. Amount of trim to match what I was doing. So these right here were both gifted to me by Vicki. And look at how pretty. It has like little silver dots all over it. And then I wanted to use some of this trim that dangles. I purchased this on Etsy a long time ago. So I loved that effect, and I have, these are clear iridescent ones. So I used pink, cream, and the clear iridescent. And these are what I added. So in wearing it, I have this laid out. Here we go. I love it because these right here, they just dangle. Absolutely love it. So this is how it would look on. Beautiful, right? It was hard for me to use that because it literally was the whole piece. I don't have any more of that. When I purchased it, I used the whole thing. I was like, oh, but it's so pretty. Okay, here's another one, and this is in a blue, a baby blue. And this trim was also gifted to me by Vicki. See how beautiful she knows? She has an eye for doing this stuff. I do not. I love beautiful. I know how to find beautiful, but functional, I don't know. So this really super pretty baby blue. It has sparkle in it. And I actually did make 2 blue ones that were like this, but the other one sold. And then I have this trim right here. This trim right here. So see, super beautiful. Love it. Kind of looking extra beautiful on my desk right now. And then here's another one. Okay. And it had some of this super beautiful trim right here too. I purchased in LA. And then this is another one that was purchased at the Swamp Meet actually. It's double layered. Then of course the Hobby Lobby trim. Pearls, crushed tool. So it's super beautiful. I love it. It's got a vintage look to it, which I absolutely love. See how pretty? You just add some beautiful trim like this. Of course, this already has pearls and little rhinestone looking pieces on it, so it makes it even look prettier. And this is my last one. Okay. So this one right here has some of this really light pink fabric. And then some trim. This trim, pearls, and I used some of this Hobby Lobby one. I have it turned the other way. And these pearls are already attached for those of you that have already got this from Hobby Lobby. Loved it. I used the whole spool to make this. So apparently I need to go get some more when they're 50% off, of course. So yeah, this was, let me tell you, it's to whip stitch it's not hard. It's really not hard, but I had to take these apart a few times because you have to line up your whip stitches to the next one. So of course this is the part that hangs around your neck, so I have a whip stitch here and one here. Okay, so you got to make sure those, you know, look right, and then make sure the length is done, and then you're gonna have to pick your second one here and then here. You know how many times I did one here and one down here because I thought I lined it up, and then I had to redo it again multiple times. Okay, and you got to make sure that you're whip stitching the fabric the right way. Make sure things are, I mean, you know, you just have to look at things and measure them correctly before you start doing it. So yeah, it was work, and I'm glad to have finished these. I have a lot left over if I need to make more. So those are my Vicki summer scarves, is what I call them, because you could wear these in the summer. I've worn them because they don't make you hot. There's no hard enough fabric on there. It's purely for decoration. It's not intended to keep you warm and cozy. So thank you guys so much. I will attach Vicki's link below so that you guys, if you want to give it a try, that you can and make something beautiful. So thank you guys so much for stopping by, and thank you so much, Vicki, for the inspiration and the tutorial, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!